Hey everybody, this is Josh from Dalton. I'm making the video today to kind of go over the proper steps of how to change your pleated air filter, as well as a little bit later on in this video how to change the media inside of your electronic air cleaner if you have purchased one of those recently from us. So I'll go over the steps here first for the pleated air filter. First step, and most important, is you go over to the side of your furnace, right over here to the power switch. I'll make sure that's turned off. The newer furnaces will have kind of the white power switch here, as you just normally see on your wall. The older ones may have a silver switch, or silver box, excuse me, with a black switch on it. The same concept, just both turn off the style of furnace for you. The next step would be basically to remove the furnace filter from your duct. So one of the biggest questions we've had was which way does the furnace filter go in to the house? So do I have it installed properly? So when you buy a furnace filter, if it's a pleated air filter, you'll have on the side of the box or on the frame for it, it'll have a arrow facing a certain direction. And a lot of times it'll say airflow inside of that arrow, or just above the box with the arrow in it. So I'll explain kind of how the airflow goes through your system. So here you have your return duct. So you have the air coming down through your return here, goes right through your furnace filter, then back up through it, through the furnace there. So when you ask the question as which way do we have that arrow facing? So you want the arrow facing towards your furnace, because remember it comes down through your return here, through your furnace filter, and back up through your furnace. All right, so after that's said and done, basically you remove your old furnace filter, put the new one in. We always recommend when we change the filters, if we're at your home performing our maintenance visit, we label or date them, I should say. So if things get busy, you forget, hey, when did I change that last? You can look at your furnace filter if you didn't write it down someplace else and change it if it's due for it. After you have that new filter put in there, next up, all you do is you have that new one in, turn on your power, you're ready to roll. Next one here is we'll go over the proper steps to switching out the proper media for your air cleaner. So, first things first, again, you want to go over to the side of your furnace and make sure your power's turned off. Like I said, I'm a little ahead of the game with this one. I'm just ready to roll for it, so my power's already turned off. Next step is what you want to do is you want to go over to the filter box itself here. You want to pop off the door, and then you'll see here you have your air cleaner. Mine's a little stubborn here. So, alright. So first step you want to do is you want to take and unplug basically the power cord here. So you plug that, get it out of the way, and you can just pull it right out of the furnace. Alright, once you have that out, easy to go from there. So what you do is you take and you have these red levers on each side. You take and you pop those open, and that'll release this top part of the air cleaner for you. So after that, all you do is take your old media, just toss that puppy aside, and then take and flip it over here. You flip it over. Basically what I like to do is I just like to wipe down the back side of it to make sure there's no buildup on there. You can sometimes get some dust and some air on there, or excuse me, hair on there, and just makes it nice and clean and easier to run. All right, your next step is just grab your new media, just out of the box that you have. You'll lay it back into here, just into the frame, as you saw the other one was in there. All right, so you got that in there. The most important step with this you want to watch is you have this blue sticker here. You want to make sure that puppy is taken and facing the same direction, or lining up as best you can with this circle insulator here. That ensures that it's charged properly and everything's filtering the way it should. Next step is you take and just redo the levers here, and then you're ready to pop it back in the furnace. Alright, now that's back in the furnace, next thing you want to do is just take your power cord and plug that back into here. That way it's ready to roll. Alright, so now that's plugged back in. Your next step would be to put your blower door back on and then turn your power on. But I wanted to make sure one step I show you here is I'm going to turn the power back on to the furnace. You'll see the UV light pop on here, just don't worry about that. So you have this red LED here on the side of the air cleaner. This essentially means that you have power to the furnace, or to that air cleaner again, so it's ready to roll. Next up, like I said, put on your furnace door, and then you're ready to go. Alright, so those are the steps. It's basically changing your air cleaner media and your furnace filter, pleated air filter. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. That's all. Have a great day.